Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm bringing you a very rapid review of my new favorite drugstore product that I have found in a very long time. I feel so strongly about it that I was like, I need to do a review on this stat. So before I get into it, I hope that you will subscribe for more drugstore reviews. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this format, and let's go ahead and get into it. So the product I'm talking about today is the new Physicians Formula Bronze Booster Highlight and Contour Palette, and it's the Matte Sculpting one. They also have a shimmer strobing one that's all shimmery. This one's all matte. And first of all, let's talk about the packaging. Beautiful packaging, in my opinion. It's got gold and kind of a bronze color. You open it this way and it exposes the 3 powders. And if you continue to open it, it exposes a mirror and also a brush. Now this brush has a longer handle than they usually do. And it's, you know, a decent brush, kind of flimsy, what you would expect, but it's usable. And that's what I appreciate about it. A lot of times the brushes are just not usable. This one actually is. You could really actually contour or bronze with it, whatever you needed to do. So if you were in a pinch, it's there. So you know I love the packaging, but let's talk about these powders. So one of them is definitely a more warm toned bronzy shade. These are really soft powders. They don't kick up as much powder as I would have thought they would, being a drugstore product. Now, when I say drugstore, this really is on the higher end of drugstore. Physicians Formula products across the board cost more, and this is $14.99. Now, sometimes you can get them on sale, CVS, different places like that will have sales. I would say maybe wait for a sale, but when I went, it was almost sold out, and then every other store I've looked, it's been sold out. So I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, if you see it, buy it. But this is the bronze shade. It is very warm. It's a lot deeper than a bronzer I would typically pick for myself, but I'll put it on like I have it on today, and I'll just grab my wet beauty blender and kind of tap it in after I put it on, just to kind of seamlessly blend it in, and it does an amazing job. It blends so well. Even though it's super pigmented, it stays in place all day. I can't reiterate that enough. I was so impressed with the wear time of all 3 of these powders. So the middle one is more of a contour, very cool, more gray tone. This one is not nearly as pigmented as the bronzer shade. And you can see in the swatch, it certainly doesn't swatch as strongly the first time around. That was after a couple of swipes. But when you've got a brush and you're putting it on, it is the perfect amount of contour. Now, I think if you were a much, much deeper skin tone than me, it wouldn't work. It's just not gonna be enough. And they do claim that these are universally flattering, but I do think that it's just not. I mean, that's almost impossible. But it's perfect for me. But it really is the right amount. With a contour for me and every day, I don't want it to be like a stark line. I want it to kind of be a little bit more seamless, make it look like I have something on, that it does look like a shadow, but not like, oh, look at her contour, there is her contour, right? I'm a teacher, it kind of just makes me feel weird. But that's my own personal taste on me. So I think it's the perfect amount. Do I think it's as pigmented as the bronzer? No, but it's still really, really nice. Then there's my favorite. This is the lightest shade. It's meant to be more of like a highlight. It's not going to show up super well on the swatch. This one kicks up a little bit more powder, but not so much that it's a turn off or anything. But it does this amazing job of cleaning up this area beneath your contour. It can matte highlight down your nose. It provides a little bit of coverage. You could use it under your brow bone. I mean, it's so versatile and the perfect amount of pigmentation, and it stays on. So for those reasons, I do feel like these 3 powders together, I've been wearing it virtually every single day since I bought it. And I just can't, every time I try to go for another bronzer or another, I always end up going back to this. Now, I typically will also add on like a true highlighter, things like that, but this is one of those products that I could see myself traveling with every time I travel. I just love it. Now, I know a lot of Physicians Formula products have like a certain smell, like the butter bronzer has a very specific coconutty smell. This one does not have a smell that I noticed that would be offensive, I don't think, to anyone. So hopefully this review is helpful. Let me know if you'd like to see more reviews on specific products. Let me know what products you'd like reviews on down below. I will link my entire reviews playlist so you could scroll through and see if there are any other products that you're curious about. Other than that, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.